Alright, this is Christopher Fox once again, and this is a request to sign for the Peacemaker 237, and the name of this video is the 17-year-old YouTuber who murdered the 17-year-old YouTuber murdered for insulting cartel. It's gonna be fucked up. Okay, let's check it out. Yay.
Due to intoxication, insulting a drug lord is not often one of them. 17-year-old Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales ended up dead just weeks after a video of him insulting El Mencho went viral. El Mencho, whose actual name is Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, is the owner of Mexico's fastest-growing cartel, the Jalisco Nueva Generación.
Cartel, them people are evil. Evil.
Death, and how exactly did it all go down? Keep watching. Find out. Today, I will be uncovering the events surrounding the life of Rosales.
Them motherfuckers will rip your balls off and hand it to you and make you eat it. They're so sick in the head.
The state of Sinaloa in Mexico. Growing up, he never knew his father, and after staying
and they'll do even worse than that.
She took him to his grandmother, who ended up raising him. However, Rosales left his grandmother's home and dropped out of high school when he was 15. As if wanting to erase every trace of his origin, he also left Navolato and made for a nearby town called Culiacan. Culiacan became his new home, and Rosales settled in pretty quickly. Realizing that he had learned to fend for himself, he took the job of washing people's cars and was earning what little he could. By the time Rosales turned 17, he had become the envy of most teenagers his age. At this time, he was earning way more than was expected of a teenager. Plus, it wasn't just about the kind of mini wealth he had amassed. It was also about how he went about making his money. Rosales was a party freak. He often posted videos of himself partying and drinking, so much so that both activities could have passed as his profession. In these videos, which Rosales uploaded to his social media accounts,
I guess he was pretty goddamn famous.
Of beer, whiskey, vodka, you name it.
God, all that?
This
oh my god.
Drinking always led to
surprised he didn't die from alcohol poisoning. God damn.
Drunken antics for all to see. Strangely, Rosales began to grow famous by posting videos of his drinking adventures on social media. Several people across Mexico and even beyond enjoyed watching these videos. Sometimes he would also post videos of himself taking drugs, passing out from excessive drinking, and throwing money around. While Rosales did all of this, his fan base kept growing.
Would you film yourself like that?
Followers on Twitter,
I don't get that at all.
On Instagram, and over
God, 3,000?
on Facebook. In no time, Rosales became a buzz on the internet and went by the nickname El Pirata de Culiacan, which means the Pirate of Culiacan. Apparently, this nickname was born out of the fondness he grew to have for Culiacan. Due to his popularity, the Pirate of Culiacan began
he was in a band too.
In music videos, influential parties, and promotional gatherings. People who didn't know his age easily classified him as an adult. Rosales didn't help matters either, as he kept up with his excessive drinking lifestyle. In Mexico, the legal age for drinking is 18, but Rosales could care less about that. Instead, he indulged himself even more. It almost seemed like he didn't want people to know how old he truly was, as he made it a habit to post pictures and videos of himself handling bundles of cash, posing in luxurious cars and motorcycles. In an attempt to keep up with his being an adult facade, Rosales sometimes painted a beard on his face. This often replaced his younger one a lot more mature.
Why?
He also had tattoos on both of
Are you
his
that
arms,
desperate?
a tiger and a pirate, which alluded to him being
I never get a tattoo. I hate needles.
These weren't enough. The 17-year-old also took to social media.
All my brothers and sisters have a tattoo except me because I hate needles.
Significantly older than he was. In addition to that, he would post pictures of himself carrying guns
not
and
my,
kinds of weapons. At this point,
not the youngest brother, but my three brothers.
Developed the mindset that he could get away with anything.
My two brothers and my sister have a tattoo. I don't.
And it did not help that he broke the law several times and got away with it. Legally, Rosales wasn't supposed to do drugs, flaunt weapons, and take alcohol since he was still a minor. But he continued to do just that. He boldly did all of these things, and even went as far as sharing the pictures and videos on his social media accounts. In August of 2017, Rosales was arrested for underage drinking, which you have to admit was long overdue.
Yeah, where the hell were you, coppers?
Of course, this incident did next to nothing to help Rosales, because after he was released, he immediately picked up where he left off. During an interview with the producer of Univision Entertainment, Pepe Garza, Rosales stated that he was an alcoholic, but he wanted to change that so he could pursue a music career. He further said that he had signed a contract.
Looks like he's in his
with
goddamn
Cash Records and
20s.
added,
God,
I want to
fuck.
learn to sing now. That's going to be my motto. And perhaps the authorities didn't do enough, because although these videos usually went viral, implying that the authorities probably caught a whiff of them several times, they barely intervened. Instead, the pirate of Culiacan kept rising in fame. He gained more followers, more invites to parties, and more business deals. Seeing how there was no one in his way, Rosales continued to push boundaries without a care in the world.
He looks so young. How could you not tell that he's not an adult?
So far. Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, aka El Mencho. In December 2017, Rosales released a video making jest of El Mencho, where he said, El Mencho a mí me pela la verga, which roughly translates to saying that El Mencho can suck his. In the video, Rosales was
What an asshole.
obviously due to excessive drinking. As per usual. If the circumstances were different, this video would probably have passed as one of the many stunts he often pulled to entertain his followers. It probably would have gained him more followers and more recognition. However, the circumstances were very different from what he was accustomed to. In the video, Rosales had referred to El Mencho, leader of Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generacion.
Yeah,
as we mentioned
Cartel,
earlier in the video,
some dark
Cartel
shit.
de Jalisco Nueva Generacion
I never
translates
seen
to
those
New Generation
videos. I never
Jalisco
will
Cartel.
see them.
This cartel is popularly known as one of the deadliest organized crime syndicates in Mexico.
They're crazy. They're so fucking crazy.
Most powerful cartel in Mexico. The first being Cartel de Sinaloa. Cartel de Sinaloa was once championed by the drug lord El Chapo. The new generation Jalisco cartel is somewhat new, especially compared to cartels that have been around the longest. Although it is just over 10 years old, it has grown significantly in wealth and power. The cartel was put together after a splinter group chose detachment from another crime syndicate known as the Millennial Cartel. The new generation Jalisco cartel might still be in its development stage, but over time it has easily drawn the attention of the general public, including the media. One time, it was said that they shut down an army helicopter with an RPG in an attempt to protect their boss. The incident led to the death of 6 soldiers. Another time, they cut off the head of a pig and sent it to an attorney general in a bid to have him feel intimidated. In another of their escapades, they laid an ambush for a group of policemen and were able to kill about 14 of them as a result.
That's fucked up.
To all of these, the new
God,
generation
fuck
Jalisco
cartel
has been responsible for the deaths of judges, members of Congress, and ordinary citizens. They also have a reputation where drugs are concerned. According to U.S. officials, they are the major suppliers of over 1/3 of illegal drugs that circulate in the United States. They have also gone as far as distributing in Europe and Asia. The new generation Jalisco cartel also has multiple methamphetamine labs set up across Mexico. They not only produce and sell crystal meth illegally, but they also do the same with cocaine. While it might look like this cartel only has brutal mass murders and illegal drugs to its name, you should know that it is also famous for stealing crude oil. Other criminal activities they engage in. They're messed up.
They're the most fucked up people in this world. The devil ain't that fucked up.
Everything about El Mencho screams mystery. It is said that he
God damn it.
working from the shadows, almost like a ghost. El Mencho is not only on the list of the top wanted criminals in Mexico, but also in the United States. In Mexico in particular, he takes the #1 spot as the most wanted drug lord. El Mencho is wanted for drug trafficking, illegal possession of weapons, and is being involved in organized crime. El Mencho started off as a member of the Millennial Cartel, but soon decided to create his own organized crime organization because his bosses often got arrested or killed. After the arrest of El Chapo, El Mencho quickly rose to fame. Owning one of the deadliest cartels in Mexico, the new generation Jalisco cartel has had several affiliations to brutal
the stuff they do to people. God fucking damn
authorities
it.
found 35 dead bodies on the streets of Veracruz, a port city on the Gulf of Mexico. These bodies appeared tortured and dismembered. In 2013, this same cartel raped and murdered a 10-year-old girl whom they believed to have been a daughter of a rival
Fuck cartel. Fuck them.
Set her on fire. It was already too late when they realized she wasn't who they thought she was.
Fuck all of
Under
them.
his leadership,
They did.
Mexico recorded
Not even the fucking devil would want them.
with a record of 20,000 deaths. The
They
statistic
don't-
equated to an average of about
Not wanted
69
anywhere.
deaths per day.
Anywhere.
Reports that
Fuck
Mencho
'em.
was once a member of the police force, but was sentenced to 3 years in prison for selling heroin. Whether or not that is true, it is pretty evident that the man is no longer on that side of the law. His infamous nature led the United States government to put a bounty offer on his head. It is said that whoever is able to provide information
Is that the
likely
kid
to lead to his
they're
arrest
talking
will be
about?
rewarded with a sum of $10 million. So far, this has been recorded as the highest sum of money
Damn.
the U.S. government is willing to pay as a bounty. As you might have expected as well, The drug lord also has a bounty offer on his head in his hometown. In Mexico, authorities are willing to pay the sum of 50 million pesos, which is equivalent to $1.5 million US. Knowing all of these, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that Almencho is not the kind of guy to play around with. However, Rosales chose to do precisely that.
Got
He not
mixed
only
up.
cursed the infamous drug lord, but he also went ahead and released the video on the internet, a video which many Mexican press publications called, in effect, the initiator of a countdown for his time here on Earth, the murder. On December 18th, 2017, weeks after the video of Rosales calling out El Mencho went viral, he made the second biggest mistake that likely sped up that countdown. He had made a post telling his fans to meet him at a bar in the Guadalajara metropolitan area.
Good thing we don't live around any of those places.
This area
We'd be
to
fucked
where
if we
many
were there.
drug trades took place in Jalisco. At about 11 p.m. that same day, a group of men carrying guns swarmed into the bar and started shooting. Although it is said that Rosales was the main target, a 25-year-old employee in the bar also got killed. It was reported that Rosales was shot about 15 to 18 times, which means he definitely died on the spot. He was only able to be identified through the tattoos he had on his arms. Rosales' death is included in the 1,400 people who died in the state of Jalisco that year. Even though there were speculations that El Mencho was responsible for the death of Rosales, seeing as the teen died just weeks after the video about El Mencho went viral. The killers have still not been identified. Therefore, no one has yet been arrested for the death of the 17-year-old. A Mexican newspaper,
17.
Supremo,
Jesus
reposted
Christ.
the video and captioned it, "I firm su trato de muerte," which means, thus signed his deal of death. While some of Rosales' fans shared their condolences, a few mentioned that he should have known better than to make jest of a drug lord such as El Mencho.
Yeah,
a fellow
he
Instagram
shouldn't have
star
done
remembered
that.
Rosales after his death by posting a caption that read, "He told me that he wanted to change, but on the weekend there was no lack of bad influences. You were living a fast life. You never listened, and I don't judge you. Those who knew you know you were a good person." Be that as it may, Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales could have lived a much longer life under normal circumstances. However, he chose to live a fast life, and then he took things way too far when he decided to play with fire. He got the fame he sought from pushing the boundaries, and it cost him his life. To check out other cases such as this one, kindly click on one of the two videos on your screen. See?
Yeah, that's a sad story, but don't fuck with cartels, man. They may be terrible people, but they'll fuck up your life. Don't fuck with them, bro. It's not worth it. I mean, I watched this YouTuber called Disturb Reality, and he talks about this cartel shit. I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Hopefully they don't see this video. I mean, they live thousands of miles away from us, but and plus they don't have electricity over where they are, so it's like they're going to see this video anyway. But yeah, rest in peace, 7-year-old kid. Because I don't know how to say his name because I'm not part of that culture. But yeah. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you guys in the next one. Peace.